Leaving my beautiful small town of Beaufort, North Carolina was extremely hard for me. I had grown up there my whole life and was very accustomed to it. I had accumulated many friends, but upon graduation, I knew I wanted something different. So I decided to leave all those friends behind and move to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I had a lot of different family and relatives on my dad's side specifically that still made me feel like I had a home away from home, but gave me something different that I needed. From that experience came so many amazing things and people that I'm excited to talk about today. My freshman year was one of the best of my undergrad experience. It really kicked everything off for me, and I got started in leadership pretty early on. I was an orientation counselor, and that seriously changed my life. I made 27 other friends, some of them becoming best friends that I still talk to every day or every other day now 4 years later, especially this blonde girl in this picture, Danielle, who is my best friend in the entire world. Through that experience, I made so many amazing friends, but I also learned a lot about myself, about my identity as a biracial person. I learned a lot about diversity and inclusion, but overall, I think what was so amazing about this experience is I just learned so much more about who I am. Sophomore year is when things really started to pick up for me. I moved into my first apartment and I went Greek. This is something that is very, very important and shaped my entire college experience. I got a big sister in my sorority, someone who's still my best friend and probably one of my biggest mentors. I fell in love with the city of Charlotte and got involved in community service, specifically at Second Harvest Food Bank for 2 years. Through this time, I saw a lot of my friends getting really involved and getting on homecoming court, and that kind of changed my perspective and made me realize I wanted to do more. So I got involved and became the Week of Welcome coordinator, a really big position and a big position for me specifically. I also got involved in SGA. I started doing PR for my sorority as the assistant VPR, and just stayed really involved in my sorority in general and realized my love for Greek life. Through working in New Student and Family Services, I got to go to SRO, which is like our regional NOTA conference, and present as a student, which was really awesome. That was my second time attending. The person on the left in this picture is really important. He was also my OC my freshman year. His name is Fawn, and he ran for student body president the spring of my sophomore year. Fawn was a big mentor to me, and when he won, he put me on his SGA executive board and went Greek, along with many of my other friends. As more and more of my friends joined Greek life, I realized that I really wanted to be a part of the leadership in the Greek community, especially with having friends on multiple different councils. So over the summer of 2016, I attended the Undergraduate Interfraternity Institute in Indianapolis and learned with a bunch of other Greek leaders from across the country about what it means to be a Greek life member in today's day and age. Junior year was the year I realized I was taking on too much. I had Week of Welcome going on, which ended up being a success, and I grew so much from that experience and learned how to manage an executive board and a giant university program. I got a little in my sorority and was still extremely involved in that. I was taking on other leadership experiences and then became Panhellenic president for UNC Charlotte. This was huge for me, but on top of that, I was also doing SGA. I was in Student Alumni Ambassadors. I was a member of my sorority, a student, and I had 2 jobs. So I had taken on way too much, and my grades fell because of it. Coming back that spring, I was completely refocused, and I had the ability to go to AFLV, which was a Greek leadership conference in Indiana, and I was lucky to have had a great set of friends around me by that point that kept me grounded and helped me find my way. Senior year was a lot of laughs and a lot of celebrating the hard work from over my 4 years. We had recruitment go on, and I ended my term with PHA with that, and I had created a lot of relationships and mentors by that time. I also got to run back home to my chapter, which you see here on bid day. I still had a lot of the same friendships I had had all throughout my undergraduate time, and I got to be on homecoming court and ended up winning, which you can see in this video. Being elected homecoming queen was a really big deal for me, especially because the person who was queen before me was someone I highly respected and looked up to, Justice. You can see in this picture I was very overwhelmed. As senior year continued, I picked up a Greek life internship and somehow maintained all the awesome friendships I had had throughout the years. I applied to grad school and got admitted to the University of Georgia, and obviously my friends were very excited. The last thing I want to talk about for my senior year are my amazing mentors. Here are a few of them. They are the people who got me through all 4 of my years and pushed me to be a leader and just be the strongest woman I could be, and they're the reason why I am in grad school today. That's all, folks.